More backcountry?
Yeah, no, I am no backcountry expert, but that's what I've done more of since I have gotten into my older years.
Yeah, I just stay at the bar as I get older. I'm just like, yeah, this red wine and there's insert sport here. I'll just hang out in the confines of Denver. I'll see y'all later. Or Apris, I'm really good at fucking champagne and seafood. So I'll meet you at the bottom of the mountain. I'm that guy. I don't mind doing a couple of them, but at the same time, it's going to be very hard for me to justify the past.
Have you ever done a shot ski?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
But you can do those down here as well.
Yeah, you can do them in Denver,
I can
too.
do them anywhere.
There's a certain authenticity to doing it at, like, the base of Loveland or something.
Yeah, it's definitely an après thing. I saw a GIF on Reddit yesterday of a young woman. Yeah, she was on the wrong side of the shot ski, and everyone else on the other side got a shot, and hers just spilled on the floor.
I missed out on that one.
So, like, these 4 chicks all turn the ski upward, and she, like, her mouth goes forward as if, like, the cup is going to go into her mouth, and then just goes slowly away from her. And I know the story's getting worse because I'm using the microphone as an example, but it's fucking hilarious. And that's this week in current affairs in our life.
That is the weekend Reddit update for all of you out there.
Actually, that's a good way. We'll start doing, like, the GIF or the verbal meme of the day.
Oh, God, that sounds awful. we talk a lot in this band about meme craft and
you shouldn't have even used that word.
How you really shouldn't discuss memes. You should only look at them. Like, if you can't show a meme to someone, it's not worth bringing up.
And the worst is when you show someone a meme and they've already seen it, so they give you that haha pity laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I've already seen that schlep. Get your ass together. You're behind.
It's like chiseling off a piece of your friendship right in that moment.
Yeah, he's like,
I already saw
or if
this.
he doesn't find it funny and you're like dying over it, that's even worse. I'm like, I'm not sharing these anymore.
Yep.
Fuck,
that's real.
all day.
Yeah, no.
This discussion's getting too real, dude.
When you spend all your time hanging out with your friends, and then when you go to work, you're hitting the road and, like, driving through the middle of nowhere, Missouri with your same friends, you run into a lot of those social intricacies.
The conversation gets filthier than that, if I had to guess.
No, we're very clean.
That one, yeah. Don't worry, Mom.
If she's listening, that's
if you're
awesome.
listening,
Thanks
we
for the
don't.
score.
They've got a rep
curse words on the road.
Don't ruin it, kid.
Mom definitely listens.
What I do, y'all have a show coming up this week, and y'all have to be professional. We are in no means have to do that, so we won't talk any demonstrative stuff. But I do want to talk about that. So when we have musicians come on, we like to talk about, favorite venues y'all have hit, favorite cities y'all have gone to, because we do things like Stoned Appetit. I want to know, like, that kind of like, y'all are all in a van together. How many does it seat? What do you name her? Is it a her? Did I just assume her gender? It's 2019. Yeah. It's scary. Yeah, but, like, these are questions I want to know. So where do I start? Do I start with what's the name of the van? Where's the furthest we've taken her? Let's do that.
All right.
Tour life.
Well, I think the furthest we've taken the van, and I don't know if we have assigned a gender to the thing.
No. It's
non-binary vehicle.
Well, what's the name?
So the name of our van is the Perfektenschlag. And
the Schlag for short.
The Perfektenschlag. It is a reference to the TV show The Office. There is a scene where
with Dwight,
where the character
everything comes together.
Exactly.
Perfectly.
Yeah. He's like, Dwight's being interviewed. He's like, I'm deep inside a Perfektenschlag, which it means when all in one's life comes perfectly together. And then he's like, and it also means, just so you know, it means perfect pork anus, which I do not mean. And for whatever reason, I had just seen that episode after we had purchased our van, and I was like, we will call it the Perfektenschlag. And everyone said, Summers, you're an idiot. We're not going to call it the Perfektenschlag. And then 20 minutes pass, and maybe Wilson says, wow, we're riding in the Perfektenschlag. And then someone else says, that's funny. And from there on, boom, sealed.
It's a tragic tale, but you missed the best part. We bought this van from another band that we admire in Colorado called Rapid Grass. And they saw that we were looking for a vehicle to start touring in. We had this tour booked, and we didn't have a van to do it in. We were kind of scrambling. And so Mark Morris hooked it up, and they had this decal in the front and the back of the van that said Rapid Grass. And in a moment of probably... it was just the most brilliant I've ever seen Summers. He looked at the decal that said Rapid Grass and saw the possibility in that. And he starts tearing letters off the front of the van until it says Pig Ass.
Perfectenschlag. I didn't
love
even
The
remember
Office,
that element of it.
I really appreciate the name here. I
Boom.
can't express how much I love that, and I can understand because it's almost like Nirvana. You know, it's like this sense of like it is no female or male because it is bigger than a person.
Yes, exactly. It is an
Perfectenschlag.
entity. It's Perfectenschlag. Exactly.
It's fucking brilliant.
I remember though that like when we did, it was on the same tour that we did that. We ripped all the letters off.
Another beer?
I'm into it, man.
I'm gonna grab one.
I'm
Y'all keep
chilling
going.
right now.
No worries. This is how this podcast
All right.
goes.
So
No,
You can
I'm
admit if the raspberry
halfway
was a
through the
mistake.
sour, man.
Oh, of course. There's always one. There's always one.
whatever the IPA was at the top, I can't remember. Tasty something. Yeah. Do you want me to tell you this story? Or you want me to wait for him?
Keep talking. He'll be back.
So we're on one of our first tours. I think it was the first tour we took out in the Perfektenschlag. I had ripped off these letters after our first gig, and we just had the word pig ass on the front of our van and the back. And it was big, like you couldn't miss it. If you were on the road and you saw our van, it said pig ass.
Heads were turned.
Heads were turned. And to our horror, we drive into Meeker, Colorado, and we are playing at the Meeker Palooza in conservative Meeker.
Yeah.
And we
Family festival.
Yeah, and we drive up to the venue, and the only parking spot available to us, I think, this is how I'm remembering it, is a parking spot directly in front of the kids' tent. So we pull up, and we have just pig ass. It's just boom, right on the front. Everyone turns heads. And then...
How big is this decal?
It's huge. It's like each letter
spans the whole front of the van.
Yeah, like each letter is like 4 inches, 6 inches.
So we pull up in front of the kids' tent at this family festival. The van is just blazing the word pig ass on the front and the back. And as we're getting out, we're rowdy. We've been on the road for a little while, and someone triggers the alarm on the keys. And so the car alarm is going off. It's just like a quiet, nice day. It's like 1 p.m. Mm-hmm. We're loading into this festival, and everyone turns to look at the van that's just making all this racket.
Right in front of the kids' tent, and it's just blaring horns, and then they see it says pig ass on it. And all of the good, conservative people of Meeker, Colorado immediately see that we are the band that's about to play for them.
It's a good welcoming sign.
It was. I thought so, yeah. And it was after that I ripped off the rest of the letters in a strong mix of humiliation and pride.
We may just start selling stickers on our website that just say pig ass.
Pig ass,
no
yeah.
Pig ass underneath
context at all.
hashtag the schlag.
The schlag. Perfect.
That's what we call it.
At Meadow Mountain.
Yes.
You still got to give you.
There's a lot of text going on this sticker, but we'll figure it out later.
This reminds me of another one of Michael Scott's. It's when he does the headlines. Headline: Local newspaper saves face, does the right thing, or whatever it may be.
Some businesses still know how business is done.
Exactly.
I've watched too much of that show.
I have as well, but the fact that you can remember things like that means you may have me beat. Y'all do spend a lot of time on the road.
This is true, yeah. I've watched a good number of episodes of that on the road.
All right, so I want to ask you these questions. So we oftentimes will get band members on and we'll talk about, like conflicting lifestyles. Some folks are vegan. Some folks are big Chipotle fans. How is life on a tour bus? How does it work for the band? Like, is there fighting going on? How much head to foot room is there?
Because we're a band built on being a bunch of buds who then learn how to play music together, I think,
That's true.
I don't know, we're set up for success in those long stretches of time when you're in far too close of quarters. And I think we've made a good effort to establish some best practices on the road. Like,
Y'all piss jug?
we
what?
do not.
Hell no.
Piss jugs are normal.
Nah, but there's a firm no pee shaming rule. If you need to pee, you just let everyone know. No one's going to get mad that we have to pull over. Because the worst thing is if you're just are sitting there needing to pee but feel like you can't say anything. Or, even worse than that, if you feel like you can't hydrate because you don't want to be the person who needs to pee. We're all about health on the road.
Shout out to Mike Robinson for that rule,
That's
who is
actually a
definitely
pretty
not
smart
listening to
rule.
this podcast. But if you are, I love you, Mike.
Yeah, and then air blasts, regular scheduled or unscheduled lowering of the windows no matter what the outside temperature is to get some fresh air in the van.
Which is difficult in a February tour.
When you're in Montreal.
Wait, so y'all do, you said unregulated air blast?
No, it's regulated. No, regulated. Like, it's regulation, like, every hour on the hour.
Oh, you gotta
We
throw
have to
one
roll
down.
down every window in the van, get the fresh air in there, and then you can call it any time you want. Sometimes someone they had one too many Chipotle burritos in the last couple of days.
Yeah,
you
I'm a
call air
nightmare
blast
on
like
some
every
trips.
15 minutes. We've had times where it was a 15-minute spread.
Yeah, this last tour we did, I think I went back through the records on my phone I keep of all of the money that I spent for my budget, and it was just Chipotle after Chipotle after Chipotle. Every city we would just like find a long route on Google Maps, nearest Chipotle.
So
we subsist on that.
Then the answer to your question is I think we have 2 vegetarians in the band. Jack is our resident vegan. Then we have 2 meat eaters. So Chipotle is the godsend for our band.
It works
that's
for
what
everybody.
we've learned is like, because folks will be vegan or like if someone's gluten free, there's something like, even if it's like salad, like I can fuck a salad up every day. Albeit we're probably throwing different shit on ours. Meat, chicken, and some hard boiled dead baby chickens, things like that. But at the same time, it can get everyone through.
Right.
And I wish that like we could say the same about Waffle House. Now, y'all hit a lot of Waffle House because technically you can hash brown it all the way through America if you had to.
You know, I have not tried Waffle House.
Yeah,
but
I've never been to a
I
Waffle House.
feel like I watched an episode. No, we have not
These
been
are
to a Waffle House.
Colorado mountain kids.
Guys,
Yeah,
we're going to Waffle House after this. It's like Disney World, but for like
Is there a Waffle
white
House
trash.
in Colorado?
Fuck yeah!
I feel like
There's
I
three
always.
of them in the Metro.
It's in the outskirts, though.
Yeah. It's going to take
It's
us
in
a
the
little drive.
outskirts.
The Uber driver will get us there. Let's drink up.
Yeah.
It's like a gingerbread house but made with waffles.
That's what
Is that
that's
their
what I've
vibe?
heard.
It's
Yeah.
even better.
Exactly.
They make hash browns in the middle where you can just load them down with any scattered color, chunk, topped, diced. I mean, any topping you want. I like Bert's red chili on top.
All right.
I'm getting a little ahead of myself. It does make me want. So, like, what is like is Chipotle the late night snack, or what do y'all do? Like, let's say you get done with the show at 9:30. Actually, I heard a little Bernie. Y'all have a little kitchen in y'all's in the van. Y'all womp up shit.
Yeah, we're also really concerned with sustainability, and that was the main motivation in building into the van some sort of thing that would facilitate cooking for ourselves.
Well, what kind of van are we talking? There's like 15
let's
passengers, like
paint
an
this
RV. What are we looking at?
The Perfektenschlag is, I mean, still tragic that's what we call our van.
I dig it.
I'm not over it yet. It is a 2010 Ford Transit 12-passenger van, low roof, 350 XLT 6040 side door.
Wow.
In case you want to look it up, that's the full description.
I like to call it a long Ford.
So let's say if it was a movie, what movie are we thinking here? Is it more
Finding
like
Nemo?
The Fockers, or is it more like a jail van, like that has windows that are like paneled all the way down? I'm trying to picture it because I'm not a car guy.
That's one of the most incisive questions I've ever been asked. I don't even know how to begin.
If Perfektenschlag was in a movie as a van,
What movie would it be in?
Yeah, this is some
18?
journalism happening here.
Whoa.
Paint the picture for the listeners.
Yeah, no, this is important. I don't
The
even know
viewers.
what I would say. You know what I would love? I would love for the Perfektenschlag to have been the van that the crew drove to the heist location in Ocean's 13.
All right, that's the best one. So for those wondering at home, give it a quick Googs or Google the scientific verbiage for it as well. I guess either one would have worked. I was just trying to paint a picture. I was like, I kind of thought old school van, like where they go steal all the people on campus. And then I was like, no, it's got a kitchen. It's got to be bigger than that.
Oh, well, the kitchen, it's not like you stand in the van. My first car, because I have rad parents, was a Volkswagen Westfalia camper van
Fucking rock.
when I was
brother.
16. And so
Shout out
that has
rad
like the
parents.
kitchen that you can stand up and cook in the middle of your car. Not an option when you've loaded 5 people and all of their gear for 3 weeks of touring on the East Coast into a van. So we devised a system, our fiddle player Ian and I, where we built out using all of our amateur carpentry acumen, this like shelf thing that was just big enough on one side for the base to slide in and then just high enough so that the merch bin could slide in on top of that. And then in the left bottom corner is a drawer that you can pull out. It's got these handles on it. And you pull it out and kick the legs on, and then you're standing in the back.